stage and screen with Andy Snowden. Let us know what you want to hear on WhatsApp with the number 01978 540 410. We love local. Calon FM.
Under the Boardwalk, the 1964 hit for the Drifters. Now, coming to the Venue Cymru in Llandudno on the 23rd of January is the story of the Drifters Girl, telling the remarkable tale of the rise to fame of one of the world's greatest vocal groups. That's the Drifters, and the lady behind their success, Faye Treadwell. A brand new musical already had a very successful run in the West End of London, nominated for the Best New Musical at the 2022 prestigious Olivier Awards, and now its first UK and Ireland tour extended well into 2024, and I am so pleased to say that I am joined by one of the stars of the show, Jaydah Bell-Ricketts. And Jaydah, as I say, I'm looking down at the dates for this production. It's a big old tour, this one, right?
It is. It's quite a long tour, yeah.
And is life on the road? Is it a good place to be?
100%. I love it so much. As someone who loves travelling but hasn't actually seen that much of the UK yet, it's so much fun. What a fun way to see the UK.
Well, a lot of people do say that you either do the touristy things or you just sort of stay in bed till showtime. So sounds like you're into the having a look around town when you get places, right?
Definitely touristy things, although I do definitely have my days where I stay in bed. Don't be fooled.
Fair enough. But and also as well, I mean, you're coming to the Venue Cymru in Llandudno. Have you played there before, by the way?
No, I've never been there.
It's a beautiful theatre, but I think one of the benefits, I suppose, of touring is you get to play some iconic theatres that you may never have even believed you could play back in when you first started out.
Yeah, definitely. There are some places that I've only ever dreamed of, the biggest theatres in the UK, and I'm like, oh my God, I get to be there for a week and actually be on stage.
Yeah.
In the biggest theatres. It's incredible.
Well, the Venue Cymru is right on the seafront, so somebody might want to have a word with the producers. Putting you there at the end of January is it must have been a cruel twist.
But that's okay.
Yeah, fish and chips by the beach is beautiful, but maybe not in January.
Ooh. Yeah, no.
But it doesn't seem that long ago, actually, that COVID... I was talking to somebody the other day, and it seems like COVID there was a huge danger that it was going to completely eradicate the entertainment industry. But it seemed once COVID was lifted that more people wanted to get back to the theatres. Is that fair from your perspective?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think we were all deprived of live arts. We all had our phones and screens that could watch things. I think it's nice to experience live theatre, and come together, especially if we haven't seen real people in a year from lockdown. So definitely it's been so nice. I think loads of people have just been let's just go to the theatre and experience it live.
Yes.
It's really nice for us, obviously, because we get great audiences.
Absolutely, and I think there was. I think more people missed it than they thought that they ever would. And I'm talking about the audience as opposed to anybody on stage. I mean, it must have been a real worry for performers to think that. There was a real danger. I mean, thinking about it now, you'd think, well, it would have always come back, but it didn't feel like that at the time, did it?
No, not at all. And I know for some people who were either in things at the time when COVID hit or counting on something to have a job, which is terrifying.
Absolutely. Incredible.
I'm just really, really glad that it really bounced back and didn't just dip like a lot of other sectors. They just haven't kind of been the same since COVID, but luckily the arts have seemed to really bounce back from it.
Very true, and hopefully, I'm saying this touching wood, we've seen the last of that. But
yes.
But this production, it's The Drifter's Girl. I mean, it's a new one to me, I've got to be honest with you, but looking at the popularity of it, it had a run in the West End already, nominated for the Olivier Award in 2022. This is its first tour, it's been extended from last year, but I mean, that speaks volumes about the popularity of it. What would you put that down to?
I think what it is everybody loves the Drifters anyway, loves their music, but nobody seems to know the history at all. So I think everyone's drawn to go and watch it just to have a good time and listen to the songs. And then are like, oh my God, this is actually a really deep and incredible, like, touching story. And I think that is what really speaks to people and, like, makes it so popular, because nobody knows.
Yes, yeah, I completely concur with that. And could you give us a quick scenario of the story?
Yeah, absolutely. So, the Drifters are a band that were, like, very popular in the 50s, 60s and 70s. But the Drifters Girl follows the story of their manager, Faye Treadwell, who took over the management of the group after her husband, George Treadwell, died. So it's basically about her struggles and what she has to go through, including leaving her child, who was only 12 at the time, for, like, a year or two, to manage the Drifters and take them to London. And she deals with racism, sexism, but still gets the Drifters to be a huge success. And I think there was over 60 Drifters in the whole time that they were famous.
Yep.
Because of people leaving, people coming in. There were people left, they came back. So yeah, it's a wild and really incredible story, but Faye Treadwell is the most incredible woman, and we got the pleasure to meet her as well, which was insane, because she's the person behind the fame and the songs, which everybody loves.
And I think it's I think it's something that everybody is drawn to, because we always think anything that we can see, or either on stage or whatever, that's what we think is the crux to someone's popularity. But it's seldom that, and it's normally the management or the production team. But this, I think, because I read this morning that the Drifters, when they were very, very big, they were one of the least paid acts at the time, and that's down to prejudice. Is that what you're saying? Yeah,
100%. They had to deal with so much racism, which the show touches on. Not in great depth, because obviously it is a fun musical theatre show, but it definitely touches on that. And it's quite sad, and it is really moving the way I think it's been created in this show, because you really get a sense of, wow, this was tough for them. Yeah. While still going, oh my God, this is incredible, this is so much fun.
Absolutely, absolutely. And one of the things it always shocks me when I see. I've just read actually the some of the songs that are in the show, and songs that you couldn't put a show about the Drifters on without playing, like Under the Boardwalk and Saturday Night at the Movies. These Stand By Me, these kind of songs that are iconic. But but the music today, I think, of the Drifters is as popular today, or even more so than it ever was. Is that a fair assumption?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Definitely, it was so fun to me because obviously I wasn't around in this era when the Drifters were big, but I realised when I started this production, I actually knew so many of the songs already. Yeah. And what's really, really lovely is, like, we have a mega mix at the very end of the show, and without fail, audiences sing along. And that always, always, always makes me smile, because I think people genuinely love this music, and we've brought it to them in a new light. So it's really, really nice to see.
Yeah. Fantastic. And it is one of those acts, I think, that you think, oh, is this them?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, as I say, you're playing the Venue Cymru in Llandudno on the 23rd of January, running there for a week, and then literally playing everywhere. It seems like one of the biggest tours that I've seen. And I wish you well with it, Jaydah. It sounds fantastic.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited to come.
All the best. And may I be possibly the last person to wish a Happy New Year, but I forgot to do that at the beginning.
No worries. Happy New Year to you as well.
Cheers. All the best to you. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Well, Saturday night
So, coming to the Venue Cymru on the 23rd of January and running until the 27th of January is the UK and Ireland tour of The Drifters Girl. Box office number for the Venue Cymru then 01492 87 2000. That's 01492 87 2000. Jaydah Bell-Ricketts on the stage and screen show. Marvellous.
Stage and Screen with Andy Snowden. Let us know what you want to hear on WhatsApp with the number 01978 540 410. We love local. Calon FM.